Hey guys, it's me again, in my chair. If you watch my painting video and this setup, this outfit looks familiar, it's because this is about 20 seconds later. So today I want to talk a little bit about anxiety and something that I've been doing to help with mine. Actually a few things that I've been doing to help with mine. The subject of the video, obviously, if you read the title, I'm talking about Sunday Scaries CBD. This is my first time using CBD and I've been using it almost every day for like 6 weeks. And I was very skeptical. I didn't think it was gonna work. I had a roommate who used CBD for his dog's anxiety, and we were both kind of on the fence, like undecided, like we couldn't really tell if it was doing anything or not. So that's kind of how I expected it to be for me. I mean, of course, maybe the dog felt the effects of it and we just couldn't see it. But I kind of expected that for me, maybe there wouldn't be any obvious like effects. But I'm happy to report that I think it definitely is working. I've been dealing with anxiety for probably like 4 years now, and I've never taken any medication for it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just, early on, I kind of noticed that things like anything that altered like my mental state, like alcohol or caffeine, or even when I had like an allergy flare up and I felt like a little bit like foggy and like hazy, things like that would trigger my anxiety. So I just felt like if I could handle it without medication, that would be preferable. For a long time, I didn't even realize that I had anxiety. I thought I had some kind of physical illness because I would get like nauseous, and that was like one of my main symptoms for a while. I would just get like these really bad stomach aches, and I went to the doctor for it a few times. Like, they didn't really do anything or have any advice for me. Like, I would go in, like, basically the first time I went in, they said they didn't know what it was and if it got worse to come back. So I came back a few months later and I was like, I don't know what this is. Maybe I have food poisoning or like I thought I had like listeria. I didn't really know. I probably sounded like a hypochondriac or something, but yeah, I never really got any answers. Then I finally switched doctors. This was probably at least a year later. So I switched doctors and I explained to her kind of what had been going on, kind of my everyday symptoms, but also this like specific time that I was out with friends, and I actually had to leave and like go outside to get some fresh air, and I was like overwhelmed with this feeling like I was going to be sick, and it lasted for probably 45 minutes, just like this overwhelming like sick feeling, and then it pretty much went away. I mean, I think I had some like lingering feelings, but for the most part it was like drastically reduced. And so right away the doctor was like, it sounds like you had a panic attack. And I was like, that makes sense, because I started to think that these feelings were something mental, like anxiety, because I realized I could talk myself out of them. Like, I could do like therapeutic breathing and like other things to like kind of make the feeling go away, like in my stomach, this nauseous feeling. And I was like, if I have some kind of stomach illness, I mean, I know like mind over matter is a thing, but I don't think I could talk myself out of having like a food poisoning or like, you know, something like that. So I was like, it sounds like it could be something related to anxiety. So then she said, what do you do for a living? And I said, I run a business, I'm self-employed. And she was like, okay. Like, her nod kind of told me like that is a warning sign for someone who might have a panic attack. And then she's like, and you said you're a student too, what do you study? And I said, I'm a biology major. And she nodded again, and it was like she was checking off another box, like, okay, you have a panic-inducing major, like these two things shouldn't exist together, like you have too much stress in your life. Side note, by the way, since then I have changed my major and it has definitely reduced my stress. But honestly, by the time I switched doctors, I think I had a lot of my anxiety under control, but it was really nice to be able to like name it and say that, you know, yes, it is anxiety, and that medical crisis that you thought you had was a panic attack, just to kind of put to rest any unanswered questions and like to know for sure like how to move forward. So I want to make this video kind of short and get to the point of talking about the CBD, but if you have any questions, or comments, or you want to tell me about your own experience with anxiety or with CBD, definitely like let me know in the comments, because I feel like this could be another video. But as for the CBD, I started taking it about 6 weeks ago. It is Sunday Scaries, vegan AF. Not all of their products are vegan, but this one is. So you get a bottle with 20 gummies, and each one has 10 milligrams of CBD. It also has 6.2 micrograms of B12 and 400, what is IU? I'm a former biology major who wanted to go into the medical field, and I don't know what the IU means. I'll look it up and I'll just put it on the screen right here. Anyway, it has 400 IU of D3. And it says on the bottle to take 2 to 3 gummies daily as needed. I've been taking 1 most days. Sometimes I'll skip a day, and sometimes if I'm having one of those days, I'll take 2. I don't think I've ever taken 3 in a day, but I definitely have noticed a positive effect from it. When I first started taking it, I would take it in the evening after school and work, because usually that's the time of day that I have to like sit down and like do homework and like catch up on all the stuff that I didn't get done during the day, and it can make me feel really anxious because I feel rushed, like I'm not going to get everything done. And usually I have like, you know, a few different things to do, and I can't decide like, well, what should I do first? Like, as if like and I like overthink everything, like what do I need to do first? Like does the order that I do these things in matter? Like how long is each thing gonna take? Whereas like if I stopped overthinking and just pick one and do it, it would get done a lot faster. So I feel like since I've been taking CBD, it definitely gets rid of some of that overthinking so that I can just like start and do what I need to do and get everything done without like worrying about it so much. So yeah, when I first started taking it, I would take it in the evening, probably through the first couple weeks. And then I had a stretch where I was working like really long days for like several days in a row. So when I had weeks like that, like I started taking it in the morning, because I just wake up feeling like I'm not going to get everything done that I need to do before I leave the house, and then also knowing that I'm going to come home at the end of the day tired and like needing to go to bed. And I feel like since I've started taking CBD, it makes me feel more able to just focus on the next thing that I have to do instead of like overthinking everything that I have to do later. So I'm just not as like preoccupied with like worrying all day long. So yeah, I guess I'm really glad that I gave CBD a chance, because I was going to dismiss it as like snake oil. Like I didn't think it was gonna do much, but yeah, it's definitely helped. I also started taking it thinking that it might help. I was having some inflammation in my knee and some sinus issues, and both of those things have cleared up, but I don't know if it's related. I don't know if it's not related. I don't know. But overall, I'm feeling better on all fronts. So yeah, that's my story, I guess. Also, just for the sake of full disclosure, and I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, Sunday Scaries did send me my first bottle for free, but this is my second bottle, which I actually purchased because I liked it so much. So, and I will post my referral code in the description box in case you want to order anything. And if you have any questions, let me know and I'll answer them if I can. All right, that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.